Hello students. Today in this video we will discuss about class 12 history lesson 1 bricks, beads and bones of NCERT will answer all the questions of the book. You watch this video till the end and also learn how to give the right answer. Question 1. List the items of food available to people in Harappan cities. Identify the groups who would have provided these. Answer. Here column 1 for food, column 2 for groups who provide these food items. Type 1 food, projects taken from plants by food gatherers. Type 2 food, flesh and fish by hunter groups. Type 3 food, wheat, maize, millet, pulse, rice and other eatable products by agricultural groups. Question 2. How do archaeologists trace socio-economic differences in Harappan society? What are the differences that they notice? Answer. A. Archaeologists trace socio-economic differences in Harappan society in the following ways. Burials looking for luxuries. B. The archaeologists have noticed the following differences in the socio-economic conditions in Harappan society. In the Harappan society, the dead were generally laid in pits. In some burial pits, the hollowed out spaces were lined with bricks. Some graves contain pottery and ornaments. In some instances, the dead were buried with copper mirrors. Artifacts are divided into two categories, utilitarian and luxuries. The utilitarian objects are of daily use. These are made of ordinary materials such as stone and clay. These are found in all settlements. Luxury items are found in large settlements of Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. These are made of valuable materials like faience. Gold too was rare and precious as all the gold jewelry has been found at Harappan site. Question 3. Would you agree that the drainage system in Harappan cities indicates town planning? Give reasons for your answer. Answer. Yes, I agree with that the drainage system in Harappan cities which indicates the town planning. I can cite the following reasons in support of my answer. The drainage system needed a planning for its execution. It seems that first drainages were laid out and then houses were built along with the drains. Every house was supposed to have at least one wall along a street to allow the domestic waste water to flow out in the street drains. The plans of the lower town show that roads and streets were laid out along an approximate grid pattern, intersecting at right angles. It appears that human settlement was made by planning from the beginning. The city was restricted to a fixed area on the platforms. Bricks, sun-dried or baked, were of standard ratio. The length and breadth of bricks were of 4 times and twice the height respectively. These bricks were used at all the settlements of the Harappan civilization. Question 4. List the materials used to make beads in the Harappan civilization. Describe the process by which any one kind of bead was made. Answer. Making beads was an important craft of the Harappan people. It was mainly prevalent in Chanudaro. Materials for making beads included beautiful red-colored stone like chameleon, jasper, crystal, quartz and steatite. Besides these, use of copper, bronze, gold, shell, faience, terracotta or burnt clay was also used. Process of making beads. Making of beads differed as per the materials used. Beads had variety of shapes. They did not make geometrical shapes like one made of harder stones. Nodules were to be chipped for making rough shapes. They were finally flaked into the final form. By firing the yellowish raw material, the red color of chameleon was obtained. Grinding, polishing and drilling constituted the last phase. Chanudaro, Lothal and Dholavira were famous for specialized drilling. Question 5. Look at figure 1.30, see NCERT page 26, and describe what you see. How is the body placed? What are the objects placed near it? Are there any artifacts on the body? Do these indicate the sex of the skeleton? Answer. Following observations can be obtained after looking at the figure. Body has been kept in north-south direction in a pit. Many graves contain pottery and ornaments which include jar. Yes, jewelry like bangles are there on the body. Yes, this indicates towards the sex of the skeleton. L. It is the body of a woman. It is concluded that there were great social or economic differences among the people living within the area of the Harappan civilization. But as a whole it appears that the Harappan did not believe in burying precious things with the dead. Question 6. Describe some of the distinctive features of Mohenjo-daro. Answer. Planned city. Harappa is a planned urban center. It had two parts. One part of the city was small. It was built on a higher place. The second part was comparatively large. It was built on a lower place. The first part was designed as citadel and the second part was as lower town. The citadel owed its height to the fact that it was built on mud brick platforms. It had walls on all sides and these walls were separated from the lower town. Lower town. It was also a walled town. Most of the buildings were built on platforms. In fact, these platforms were considered as foundation stones. It required huge quantity of labor force to build these platforms. It is obvious that settlement was first planned and then implemented as per the building plan. Quality of sun-dried bricks or baked bricks also prove the concept of planning. All the bricks were of standard ratio. The length and width was 4 times and twice the height of the bricks respectively. These bricks were used in the settlements of the Harappan civilization. Drainage system. The drainage system was well planned. All the roads and streets were laid out on a grid pattern. They intersected one another at the right angles. It seems that streets featuring drains were laid out first and houses were built thereafter along with them. To make the flow of domestic water, every house had at least one wall along the street. The citadel. There were many buildings in the citadel. These buildings were used for many special public purposes. The warehouse and the great bath were the two most important constructions. Question 7. List the raw materials required for craft production in the Harappan civilization and discuss how these might have been obtained. Answer. A. The raw materials required for craft production in the Harappan civilization was as given below. Stones like chameleon, jasper, crystal, quartz and steatite, metals like copper, bronze and gold, and shell, faience and terracotta, or burnt clay. B. The above raw materials might have been obtained as mentioned below. They established settlements such as Nageshwar and Balakot in areas where shell was available. Other places were Shotughai, in far-off Afghanistan, near the best source of lapis lazuli, a blue stone, and Lothal near the sources of chameleon, steatite and metal. The second way was to send expeditions to areas such as the Khetri region of Rajasthan for copper and South India for gold. The third way to have contact with distant lands. For example, copper was brought from Oman, on the southeastern tip of the Arabian Peninsula. Mesopotamian texts mention contact with Melucha, possibly the Harappan region. It is likely that communication with Oman, Bahrain or Mesopotamia was by sea. Question 8. Discuss how archaeologists reconstruct the past. Answer. Archaeologists excavate the sites of the ancient past related to culture or civilization. They find out the art and craft such as seal, material, remains of houses, buildings, pots, ornaments, tools, coins, weights, measurements and toys, etc. Skulls, bones, jaws, teeth of the dead bodies and materials kept with these dead bodies are also helpful for archaeologists. With the help of the botanists and zoologists, archaeologists study the plants and animal bones found at different places. Archaeologists try to find out the tools used in the process of cultivation and harvesting. They also try to find out traces of wells, canals, tanks, etc., as they served means of irrigation. Different layers of sites are observed to find out different things. These things give the picture of socio-economic conditions such as religious life and the cultural life of the people. Tools, unfinished products, waste materials help in identifying the centers of craft production. Indirect evidences also help the archaeologists in reconstructing the past. Archaeologists develop frames of references. It can be better understood by this fact that the first Harappan seal that was found could not be understood till archaeologists had a context in which to place it, both in terms of cultural sequence in which it was found and in terms of a comparison with finds in Mesopotamia. Examination of seals help in constructing the concept of religious belief of the period. Seals depict religious scenes. Some animals, such as the one-horned animal, often called the unicorn depicted on the seals, appear mythical, composite creatures. In some seals, a figure has been shown sitting crossed legs in a yogic posture. All these represent the religious concept of the period. Question 9. Discuss the functions that may have been performed by rulers in Harappan society. Answer. There are different views on the Harappan society. One group of archaeologists suggest that the Harappan society had no rulers and so everybody enjoyed equal status. The other group of archaeologists are of the opinion that there was no single ruler but several ones. The third theory seems the most suitable. It suggests that it is unlikely that entire communities could have collectively made and implemented such complex decisions. Evidences show that complex decisions were taken and implemented in the Harappan society. Extraordinary uniformity of Harappan artifacts as evident in pottery, seals, weights and bricks show the complex decisions. Plans and layouts of the city were prepared under the guidance and supervisions of the rulers. Big buildings, palaces, forts, tanks, wells, canals and granaries were constructed. Cleanliness was the responsibility of the ruler. Roads, lanes and drains were also constructed. The rulers also looked after the welfare of the economy. They HSED to inspire the farmers to increase agricultural production. They also motivated the craftsmen to promote different handicrafts. External and internal trade were both promoted by the ruler. The ruler used to issue common acceptable coins or seals, weights and measurements. Rulers were expected to provide relief during natural calamity. During flood, earthquake, epidemics, the ruler provided grains and other eatables to the affected people. During foreign aggression, the rulers defended the city. Question 10. On the given map, use a pencil to circle the sites where evidence agriculture has been recovered. Mark an X against sites where there is evidence of craft production. R against sites where raw materials were found and C pot with S. Answer. 1. Sites of agriculture. A. Harappa. B. Banwali. C. Kalibangan. D. Mohenjo-daro. A. Dholavira. 2. Sites of craft production. A. Chanudaro. B. Nageshwar. C. Balakot. 3. Sites of raw material. A. Nageshwar, Balakot, Khetri. 4. Seaport Lothal. Answer. A. Harappa. Harappa is located at this place on the banks of river Ravi in present-day Pakistan. This Ravi river goes ahead and joins the Indus River here. B. Banwali. Banwali is an archaeological site located in Hisar district of Haryana state. It is 120 kilometers from Kalibanga and 16 kilometers from Fatehabad. This city was situated on the banks of the Rangoi river. C. Kalibangan. Kalibanga is an ancient and historical site in the Hanumangarh district of Rajasthan. A fort has been found here. In the ancient Drashdwati and Saraswati river valleys, the ancient Kalibanga civilization flourished even more than the Indus civilization in the area of the Ghaggar river. Kalibanga is believed to be more ancient than 4000 BC. It was first discovered by Amlanand Ghosh in 1952. B. K. Thapar and B. B. Lal did the excavation work here in 1961–69. Here the world's first ploughed field has been found and till 2900 BC there was a developed city here. D. Mohenjo-daro. This city is located in today's Pakistan. Remains of Mohenjo-daro city have been found in Sakhar district of Sindh province of Pakistan. It was discovered by Rakhalda Banerjee in 1921 AD. The excavation work started on the instructions of John Marshall, Director General of the Archaeological Survey of India. A. Dholavira. Dholavira is an archaeological site at Khadir Bay in Bhachau Taluka of Kutch district in the state of Gujarat. The location of Dholavira is on the Tropic of Cancer. It is one of the 5 largest Harappan sites and the most prominent of the archaeological sites belonging to the Indus Valley Civilization in India. The site was officially discovered in 1967–68 by J. P. Joshi of the Archaeological Survey of India. A. Chanudaro. Chanudaro is located 130 kilometers, 81 miles, south of Mohenjo-daro in the Sindh province of Pakistan. It is believed to have been inhabited here from 4000 to 1700 BC. Chanudaro was first excavated in March 1930 by N. Gopal Majumdar, and then in 1935–36 by a team from the American School of Indic and Iranian and Museum of Fine Arts, Boston, led by Ernest John Henry Mackay. B. Nageshwar. It is situated on this part of Gujarat state where it is like a corner. C. Balakot. Balakot is a city on the banks of the Kunhar River, Nansuk River, in the Kahan Valley of Mansehra district, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province in the northern part of Pakistan, where a furnace built in 2,500 BC has been found in the excavation, in which probably ceramic items were manufactured. 3. Raw material sites. A. We have already shown Nageshwar. B. Balakot. Balakot has already been shown here. C. Khetri. Khetri is a town in Jhunjhunu district of Rajasthan. Copper was imported from here. 4. Port. A. Lothal. Lothal is one of the most important port cities of the ancient Indus Valley Civilization. This ancient city of about 2400 BC is located in the Bhal region of the Indian state of Gujarat and was discovered in 1954. Lothal is located near village Saragwala in Dolka Taluka of Ahmedabad district. The Lothal docks, the oldest known docks in the world, were linked to the city by an ancient channel of the Sabarmati river that flowed between the Harappan cities in Sindh and the Saurashtra Peninsula, a trade route between these places. In 1961, the Archaeological Survey of India resumed the work of excavation. It was the fall city, port, of the Indus civilization. Thanks for watching the video till the end. If you liked the video, then definitely give it a like. If you are new to my channel Gurudev Classes and you have not subscribed it yet, please subscribe it and press the bell icon, so that you can easily get notifications of upcoming videos. You share this video as much as possible so that more people can also take advantage of it. Thank you.